Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, welcome to our Saturday stream. It's our monthly Just Chatting stream. How y'all doing? My name is rbPlays. I am your humble host on this side of the screen. Thanks so much for stopping by. If this is your first time here, maybe grab some snacks, pull up a chair, grab a soda, beverage, tea, coffee, something. Hot cocoa, even. Stick around for a little bit, see if you like what we do here. This is our, as I mentioned, this is our monthly Just Chatting session, monthly Just Chatting stream. So that every month, once a month, we just kind of hang out together and talk about things that are going on in RB's world, in your world, gaming world, other things that interest us. We'll talk about shows and movies and stuff that we were watching if that topic comes up. We'll talk about projects that I'm working on in the wood shop, projects that I should be working on in the wood shop that I haven't been working on in the wood shop, you name it. Yeah, glad to have everybody here. Hopefully, we have a good stream. I've been checking in with some previous customers on cutting boards that I've made in the wood shop. And so far, all of them are holding up nicely. I have one that I made last year for a client, and I ran into them and talked to them, and they asked them about it. And they were like, "Yeah, it's holding up great. We use it all the time." I was like, "Fantastic! That's great. Love hearing that stuff." So I've started reaching out. To previous customers and just saying, "Hey, just like to check in for a minute." See how the board's doing. And so far, no complaints. I haven't gotten a response back from everybody, obviously, but no complaints, which is good. But you guys didn't come here to listen to me rattle on about cutting boards from customers and clients and all that. Although I do have a cutting board that I've been working on that I want to show off at some point. But let's talk about gaming stuff for just a few minutes. Talk about life. This past, man, I'll tell you what, I haven't had time to do anything. Recently. So this is, I guess you could say that this is probably going to be our busy time of work at work. We have hired a lot of folks. And of course, being a training center, we have to put them through different types of training classes. We have 1, 2, 3. We have four primary instructors. One for electrical, one for mechanical, and then 2 for freight car. And so far in the month of September and working its way into October, every single one of them is busy with 6-week-long classes. These are the classes that I used to teach. Well, the electrician class is one that I used to teach. And so all of those classes are going in full force, and they're going back to back, right? So we have had the electrician and the machinist classes booked solid for 3 classes in a row now. They get the instructors get 1 week off in between to kind of tidy up loose ends from the previous class, get their space set up for the next class, etc. Order materials, stuff like that. The freight car class over the last was large enough this time that we had to engage both instructors, which means that those are the 3 primary classes that we offer: electrician, machinist, and freight car repair. But we also have a safety orientation class, and that safety orientation class is 4.5 days. And we have nobody to teach it, which means I've had to teach it. So I have been in class 4 weeks in a row now, and I have another class next week. And then I'm in a class the week after that, and then I have another safety orientation class. I'm going to be busy through the end of October. But my vacation is coming. My annual sabbatical from work is on the horizon. I can see it out there off in the distance, glistening like a diamond in a goat's butthole. I can see it. Good morning, Nuggets. Hope you are well, my friend. Hope you are well. But yeah, I can the 5 weeks of vacation that I always take at the end of the year. They're sitting out there on the horizon right now, staring me in the face, going, "Come on, come and get me." So we're working our way towards it. We're working our way towards it. Hopefully during that time, I say this every year, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But hopefully during that time of year, I'll be able to get some more content out. Maybe a couple extra streams here and there, you know, some YouTube content, etc., etc., etc. Stuck's getting older though. I had a birthday last month. And you just keep feeling a little older all the time. You remember that, you remember when dirt was new and the world was a simpler place. Oh, yeah. Good times, buddy. Good times. I've been making a couple of things, though, in my free time. As some of you are probably aware, I have access. I don't own one, but I have access to a 3D printer. I actually have access to a couple of 3D printers now. And I made a thing. I didn't design it. I found it on Maker World. But it is for, check this out. The other Just Chatting, that one right there. So here is my Stream Deck, right? My Stream Deck normally sits right here. It's got the stand that it came with, that it came with, but it's on my desk. And I'm getting to the point where I hate having things on my desk. I mean, look at my desk. My desk has every possible thing in the world on it, and it's driving me crazy. So I made this. This is a bracket to hold the Stream Deck, right? So you put the Stream Deck, you put the Stream Deck in there, right? Like this. And now it's got these two holes right here. And then I can screw it to the front edge of the desk. Yes, it'll stick out off the front of the desk, but it's low profile. It's going to be out of the way. And I can and it won't be on the desktop, and I think it's going to be a fantastic thing. I just need to get it mounted, which maybe I'll do that today, perhaps. I got to find some good screws for it. But yeah, we made this, and that makes me a happy person. I also made one of these. This is a miter slot slide for a table saw. Now this I did design because the table saw. So I have the table saw. Let's go back over here. I have the table saw that I built, right? So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, youtube.com/Richard Brooks Woodworking. You can go back and you can watch the playlist on me building a table saw. It works fine ish. It works fine. But it's getting old. It's 3 years old now. And it is a custom built DIY plywood construction with lots of moving parts table saw. And so it's not going to last forever. And I built it I built it out of an old table saw. So that table saw doesn't have a lot of, or not table saw, circular saw. It doesn't have a lot of life left in it. Like it struggles sometimes. I've noticed that a new blade will help from time to time, or a clean blade, but it doesn't work as well as I would like. And that may just be me being a little bit anal. Sure, we'll go with that. But my buddy Jackal Crossing owns a table saw, and I had to borrow it because I had a very special use case, a very specific use case that my table saw when I built it, it's not capable of doing that. So, um, so I borrowed his table saw, and he's like, dude, just keep a hold of it. I don't need it. If you use it whenever you want to, whenever you need to use it, and if I need it, I'll give you a call. Sure. Well, it's a Ryobi table saw, and Ryobi does a really stupid thing with their miter slots. Normally, miter slots are square, right? Hang on. Let's see here. You should give me the one that you bought your girlfriend. It's 3 years old, but it's still in the box. What? A 3D printer? I may be interested. I may be interested depending on what kind it is and how big it'll print. Oh, a table saw. Well, that's even whoa. Whoa. Okay, table saw. You bought your girlfriend a table saw. That's fantastic. And she doesn't use it. Huh. So anyway, this Ryobi table saw. Let me pull this up here real quick. Let me go like this. Let's say Ryobi. Nope, nope. Can't type on that keyboard. She wanted one for Christmas, so you bought it, and she's never even opened it. Wow. So what was she thinking she would make with it? I think it's this one. All right, let's go to, let's see, desktop. Yes, please. You have no idea. You don't know what you wanted it for? Okay. All right, so this is a table saw right here, right? This is the table saw that that Jackal Crossing is letting me hold on to him, or I guess you could say. And this right here, this is the miter slot, right? For those who are not familiar with how table saws work, the miter slot is where you put the miter gauge, and the miter gauge allows you to do different angles and stuff like that. Well, the problem with this miter slot, so the table saw is still in the box, and the cart is on top of the table saw in the box. Wow. Wow. Dude. That's something. So this slot right here, you can kind of see it. Can I make this bigger? Can I make this bigger? Not really. Hover over image to zoom. Well, anyway, you see these little black marks right here? Those are actually like little fins, right? So the table saw miter slot, it's probably not going to give me a good... Yeah, you really can't tell. This miter slot is kind of shaped like a hat. And so if I put that up there just like that, you can kind of see the profile, right? Most companies don't do that with their miter slots. They just make them rectangular. They're usually 3/4 of an inch by 3/8 of an inch. So 3/4 wide, 3/8 tall. This one is about 3/8 tall, but it's not because it's got those little fins in there to keep it from being able to lift up the miter slot, the miter gauge. You can't use standard aftermarket miter gauges, and I have a standard aftermarket miter gauge. So what I'm wanting to do is I wanted to make a new runner for it so that I can make a crosscut table, a crosscut sled to go on top of it, so that I can do bigger pieces, because this is not a big table saw. This table saw is only Oh, does it say? It does not say. Rip capacity is 12 inches. So you can only make 12-inch wide cuts with it. I need to be able to make bigger cuts than that. So I want to build a sled to put on top of it, and you need a miter slot or miter gauge, miter bar to hold it. And then also I want to take my aftermarket miter gauge, and I want to be able to use it on that table saw. So I'm making runners for it so that I can just move the stuff over. I could make them out of wood, but wood doesn't last forever, right? Plastic doesn't last forever either, but this is going to be better. This will be better than something made out of wood. So I've been making that. I've been working on this. I need to make it 1 millimeter taller, and then I think we'll be perfect. And then I'll have to work out where the holes need to go. This one here is going to be for the crosscut sled. The one for the miter gauge, I'll need to measure out the holes and put those where they need to go. So yeah, so there's that. There's that. I'm definitely interested. I'm definitely interested in upgrading my table saw. I got to be careful about how much I spend right now with the whole Union Pacific Norfolk Southern Railroad merger thing happening. I don't know. I don't know what my work future looks like. I'm not worried, but I'm still going to be cautious. You know, I don't want to get myself into a lot of debt that all of a sudden I got to go, oh, I can't pay for this now. So yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm sure I'll be fine. I just don't know where I'll be fine, if that makes sense. But anyhow, I'm interested in a table saw upgrade. It would have to be the right saw for the right price. There's a couple of table saws that I would love to have. Like I would love to have a saw stop, but I ain't got saw stop money. Lowe's carries a Delta table saw that is quote unquote a contractor saw. As a matter of fact, I can show it to you. I can show it to you. Table saws. Delta. There we go. It's this one. So I kind of like that one. But also, you know, my space is limited in the my space is limited in the shop. So I got to be careful about footprint. But I like this saw because it is capable of, I want to say 36 inches of rip cut. I think it's 36 inches. Overview, specifications, right rip capacity, 30 inches, which is fantastic. For what I build, that's fantastic. That'd be perfect. But also you can do things with smaller saws and make them work, right? So anyway, but yeah, 30 inches. But that's like, honestly, that's kind of like my dream saw. It's kind of like my dream saw. But it's $700, you know, and you know, $700. Anyway, back to just chatting. The other thing that I got this for my birthday. Mrs. RB got me a vise. I need to get it mounted to the workbench. So I've been trying to figure out, I've got a cutting board down here that I'm going to show you here momentarily that I've been working on for a customer. And I gotta get that finished. But as I've been working on it, I've been kind of positioning myself at different places around the workbench to figure out, okay, where should I, where would I benefit from having a vise mounted? Like, where would be the right spot? And I think I know where it is. Now I just got to get a couple of pieces of wood in here to act as jaws, and then mount it to the bench, which I would love to have this mounted to the bench this weekend. But Mrs. RB has a lot of things that she wants to do this weekend too, so I don't know. I didn't know. It might be a busy weekend for RB. The burn ban. So I live in Georgia, and every year we have a burn ban. We're not allowed to burn anything over the summer because it gets real dry, it gets real hot, and wildfire and blah blah blah. So the burn ban just got lifted on October the 1st. So she would like me to go outside and burn a lot of things. We've had a lot of sticks and stuff, branches fall out of trees and stuff over the course of the year. And of course, you cut them up, you pile them up, but then they just sit there. So it's time to burn stuff. The leaves have started falling, which I'm curious to see how my yard looks this year, because we had all those trees taken down earlier in the year. We had 27? I think it was 27 trees taken down. So I'm curious. You're here. Sorry you're late. It's okay, Mogi. You get here when you can get here, buddy. You get here when you can get here. Cheers. I'm just happy that people show up. How many people do we have now? It says we have four viewers. Who are they? Oh, I see you all out there. I don't call people out. I wait for them to call themselves out. But I see you out there. One person who's not going to be here this weekend is Istrisi. He has been living the stressful life here the last couple of weeks, and he is taking some much deserved time off. He is can't see you. I have a John Cena t-shirt on. Funny. But he's playing some advanced Dungeons and Dragons, some AD&D this weekend with his buddies. So, Istrisi, I know you're not here, but kill something for me. I need me some D&D in my life right now. He should be here all the time, even when I'm not streaming. He usually is. Normally he's got a browser window open on my channel at all times. Like he is that devoted to his moderator duties that he usually has a browser window open at all times on my channel. He's got that for a lot of channels. It's not just mine. I ain't mad at him. I need to get me some D&D in my life here real soon. I haven't played in a while, and I'm jonesing for it. My dice tray is sitting over there on the floor, and it's got other things in it besides my dice. It's got dice in it. It's got a keyboard number pad thing, a couple of pieces of paper. Like, it's not good. That is not the way you should treat a dice tray, especially a Richard Brooks woodworking dice tray. custom made by me. Links for the details on those is on my website. What is my website? What's it called? Oh, that's a good one. Copy? Nope. Copy. Paste. There's my website. There's my website. Video game wise, been a few months. IRL wise, probably been 30 years since you D&D'd. Wow. You know what I could do is I could play Baldur's Gate. That would at least kind of get me a D&D fix. Baldur's Gate scares me. I'm a gamer, but I'm not a gamer, you know? Like, I don't search for all of the combos and stuff that you can do. Like, I'll watch my kids play video games. My youngest has been playing a lot of Batman Arkham Asylum. I think he's been playing Arkham Asylum. And just watching him with all the different combos that you can do is like, it's amazing. I'm not that guy, right? I like to play games that are simple. And D&D on, like Arkham Asylum, yeah. I only played it a little bit, and again, I couldn't, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I don't have that problem yet. But yeah, I know where you're coming from. The old optical receptacles don't work the way they used to. For sure. Ugh. So it's been chilly. Like, not during the day. Like yesterday was a beautiful day. Holy crap, yesterday was a beautiful day. It never got above 70 here. Maybe 71, maybe. But every time I looked at the weather, it was only 70 degrees. It was gorgeous all day. And overnight, Thursday night into Friday, it got down to about 58 here, which I got out of the van. I got out of the vehicle yesterday morning when I got to work, and I was like, "Oh, I actually could use my jacket right now," which was in the back seat. But yeah, like, wow, woo. Right now outside, it says it's 60 outside right now, which is fantastic. This summer hasn't been awful, but it's been hot. I know last weekend we were talking about a hurricane coming. It never showed up. It decided to take a drastic right-hand turn and go out into the ocean, which is fine. That's fine. I ain't mad. This week I got a dentist appointment. I got to go in for a cleaning. I ain't looking forward to that, I guess. Ooh, excuse me very much. Ugh. Right? Like, it was coming, and then it wasn't coming anymore. It's like, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Excuse me. Did I miss any? I think I got it all. What else do we want to talk about today? Oh, yeah. So this is the client board that I've been working on. Oh, not as gigantic as the last one that I made, but this is the new client board. This is probably my most popular pattern. So on the outsides out here, that is walnut. Then there's 2 strips of maple right here to kind of give it an accent, and then in the center there is cherry. I like to put cherry in the set. Yeah, the customer wanted this one to be a little thicker. Normally my boards are only about 1.25 inches. This one's almost a full 2 inches. Yeah, about just shy of 2 inches. Yes, yours is better. Yes, yours is better. So I like to put the customer wanted this one a little thicker because they want to have it's going to be a wedding gift, and so they want to put the couple's last name here on the front edge. So, and it's going to take up a fair bit of space. So they wanted it to be thicker so that the proportions would look nice, which I agree with 100%. And then, like I was saying, I like to put, walnut's a hardwood, but I like to put the harder woods like the maple and the cherry. Maple and cherry are hard woods. I like to put those in the center since that's where most of the cutting gets done, and that's where the board kind of needs to be the most durable. But I need to trim these ends off, and then do a. Apparently, my store is offline. It is? What do you mean? I don't understand. Will it not? What I Big white pop-up says this store is offline. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay, I guess I'll have to figure that out. I don't get that pop-up here. Big white pop-up says that store is offline. What? All right, I'll have to look at it. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. I very much appreciate that. Says something about being migrating to 4th wall or something. Okay. Okay. So this is what you should see. That's what you should see. Maybe this is why I don't get any orders. All of my orders are people that contact me directly. But that's what you should see. Shop now. Huh. More research is going to be required on this, apparently. Ah. Oh, it's the stream. Oh, is the Stream Elements link bad now? Okay, well, I'll have to check that out then too, because that's kind of important. Okay, well, Yeah. Yeah. So the Stream Elements one is bad, huh? Where is my Stream Elements store? Dashboard. Okay, it's working. Woo. 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 Payments. SE merch. Ah, it's time to update your wardrobe with fourth wall. Oh, do I want to do this right now? I haven't had anybody interested in rbPlays merch in a long time. Sure. No, we'll do this. We'll do that later. We'll do that later. I didn't even know that Stream Elements was changing their merch stuff. Anyhow. Anyway. Anywho, anyway, anywhere, anyhow. We'll look at that later. All right. Let's see. What else is on? What else were we talking? What did I want to talk about today? The channels are they're doing fine. They're doing fine. Like they're not growing, but they're also not shrinking. The Twitch channel is currently at open in a new window. Yes, please. Yeah, we average 3.5 over the last month. We've averaged 3.5 viewers. If I change the dates on that, if I do the whole year, let's take a look at the whole year here real quick. Update. Yeah, for the whole year, I don't mind sharing this. Gotta go. I need to program this button in. I need to program this button in because I don't have it programmed in. So if I look at the whole year, 33 paid subscriptions, 12 followers, gained 12 followers. Average viewers 4.6. I've streamed 81 hours and 13 minutes and made 75 bucks. Yeah. It's cool. Average is one viewer a year or one follower a year. No, that's not true. That can't be true. We're pretty consistent too, right? Like there's only been a couple of times where I've missed a stream. So back in April I missed a stream. Of course I was sick in June, had COVID. And then that was July. That was July that I Maybe you should sign up for one of those subscription links that people send. Nah. That's right. The June stream that we missed, that was Father's Day. So we missed that one. And then I was sick in July. And I don't remember what happened back in April. But, you know, we really only missed a couple of streams. Buy followers here. Yeah. You know, I thought about that. I thought about that at one time. And I was like, you know what? No. Like, if it's not going to happen organically, then it's just not going to happen. I don't need to push it. I'm not gonna do that. It's against terms of service, right? B, that, you know what? Let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about this for a second. Let's go back to just chatting here. So I've been doing the YouTube and Twitch thing now for a considerable amount of time. You'd be around for everybody's streams if you weren't asleep 80% of the time. Yeah, I can understand that. I came home from work yesterday. I shouldn't probably admit this out loud, but there's a call every Friday afternoon that I have to listen to. I don't have a part in it. I can chime in if I want to, but I don't have any responsibilities in that call other than being there for support if a question comes up that I could have an answer to, right? But I came home from work yesterday. I worked a half a day, and the call is at 1:00 in the afternoon. So I put the call on, and I'm listening to it, and I'm sitting there in my recliner with my laptop open. I'm working on some things in SketchUp. I've got YouTube on the TV. I fell asleep. I dozed off, and I woke up. The call was still going on. I was like, wow, this is running long today. Apparently there was a whole lot of discussions about it's a safety call, and so there's a lot of stuff that happened in the last 7 days that you know, none of it was things that I could help out with directly, so I didn't miss anything critical, I guess you could say. But yeah, it was rough. This past couple of weeks has been rough on me. It's just I slept so good last night. I laid down it was late. But as soon as my head hit the pillow, I was out. Last night after I had gotten my second wind, I decided to watch 2 Star Trek movies. I watched Star Trek 3 and Star Trek 4. I've been on a Star Trek kick lately, so you know we might watch 5 one day this weekend. But anyway, yeah. See, now I feel bad, Nuggets. Now I feel bad. I feel terrible. I feel terrible. Awful, I tell you. Awful. But I've been doing this YouTube and Twitch thing for a while now. 10 years? It's been 10 or 12. Terrible but well rested, yes. 10 or 12 years now I've been doing this YouTube and Twitch thing. And I don't have a big channel. I don't have a big channel. I don't have a big community, right? And I see people who put out worse videos than I do. Like very much worse videos than I do. And they'll get to 1,000 subscribers like that. And they'll get to monetization watch hours like that. And I don't get it. I don't get it. I am trying to be a student of the game, right? Because it's a game. Everything in life is a game. You just got to know the rules and how to play it, right? I go to these channels and I look at when they first put up their first videos, and I look at what those videos were about, and I'm talking mostly about like woodworking content, because that's the channel that I'm trying to build right now, is the woodworking channel. And I look at when they put up the first video, I look at what the video was about, I look at their socials to see how they promote it, and they're not doing anything truly different than I am. And yet, for whatever reason, and I've had essentially on the woodworking channel, I've had one video I have one video that truly is successful. And then on the gaming channel, I've got a few videos that have been successful. Some of them have been on like tech tip types things, like how to install OBS on Linux, how to install a screen recorder that I don't even use anymore, but it's one of my most popular videos of all time. And then a couple of my Minecraft videos where we got into like a very specific thing, right? But my channels have never truly taken off. And I know deep down inside that is probably a me thing, right? I could go viral if you showed my board. I mean, I thought about, so full disclosure for those of you that didn't put two and two together, that gigantic end grain cutting board that weighed 35 pounds when I shipped it. It was Nuggets. It was Nuggets that bought that board. I legitimately started recording that process, and then because it was the first end grain board that I ever made, like that's the first end grain cutting board I had ever made. Because it was the first one, and because I was trying to figure it out, I kept forgetting to hit record. So I have some footage, but then I got to the point where I was like, well, I've missed too much. I can't make a video out of this, because I want to get this board done, and I want to get it done right, and I want my customer to be satisfied with it, right? So I said, fine, recording equipment, you go over there, make board, build board. And you're not wrong. Like, I feel like a big board like that would probably do okay. But on the woodworking front, it's not just the woodworking, right? Like, you can put up a video game, you can put up having COVID threw me off too, because I was building that board when I got COVID. And I wasn't down and out for a long time on that, but I was down for enough time. I was probably down for about 10 days. Like, just feeling gross enough that I just didn't want to do anything. I slept for, hell, I probably slept for 4 days straight. The COVID rebound absolutely sucks. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm still going through COVID rebound, and that was back in July when I had it. I've always had trouble with my sinuses, but my throat's scratchy, my nose is, I'm very nasally right now. I'm sure it's got something to do with allergies and the seasons changing and all that, but I never felt 100% after COVID. I felt good, but I never felt 100%, You have long COVID, okay. Yeah, that sucks. There's a YouTube creator that I follow that has long COVID, Physics Girl, and she hasn't been able to do anything, now for I feel like it's 2 years now. Every once in a while there'll be an update video that comes out, from her family that talks about how she's doing, and she's doing better, which is good. But yeah, she hasn't been able to hasn't been able to make videos, hasn't, I mean, there was a period of probably better than a year where she couldn't get out of bed. She couldn't have the curtains open. She couldn't eat any solid food. Like, it was bad. But anyway, yeah. So I got to the point where I was like, you know what, I cannot make a video out of this. I just want to turn out a good product. And that for me, that's the creator conundrum, right? Like, I want to turn out good product. I want to make good videos, but I want to turn out good products for the people that are paying for those products, you know? And until I find that balance, yours is altered smell and taste, other issues with other diseases, sure. But back to what I was talking about. I've been in this content creator game for a dozen years now, and like I don't get there's a piece missing in my brain. I feel like that cannot comprehend why I can't get noticed, or if I am getting noticed, is like what is turning people off about my content. And I had there's a woodworking creator that's out there. He runs the channel Busted Knuckles. And he's done well. Like his channel has done well, and his content is good. Like I don't hold any grudges against the guy. His content is good, but he's in a woodworking group on Facebook that I'm in, and we got to talking to each other about, like actually looking at each other's channels and just take the gloves off, right? And throw punches back and forth at each other about, what's wrong with your videos. And his big issue with mine was the lighting in my shop. I absolutely have to do something about the lighting in my shop. That's for sure. But also then my thumbnails and my titles. And I don't want to get in to that clickbait game. I feel like I tell good stories. I feel like I tell good stories with the stuff that I create. And like it's those diamonds in the rough, I don't feel like my content is amazing, but my content should get more than I feel like my content should get more views than it does. And that's probably every creator, right? Well, I feel like my content is great. I feel like I should get more views, I don't want to be that guy. Follow people of all ages, many different things, but yeah, I'm gonna say probably 90% of my issue is metrics and clickbait. Yeah, like I feel like that's an accurate statement, right? And I don't want to play the YouTube game by those rules. I want to play by rules that I can sleep at night with, I don't want to trick people into watching my videos. I just want people to stumble across my videos and enjoy them, right? I made a video a couple years back for Jackal Crossing. And I feel like that video was probably one of the best videos that I've ever done because of the story that it told. He had gone out to the Midwest and participated in a huge gravel bike race. And it was the first time that he had ever done it, and he finished. He didn't finish last. Like he had a decent time for a first timer, and he wanted a shadow box built. The video is up on my YouTube channel, up on my woodworking channel. He wanted a shadow box built to put all of his stuff in. So I made a video on building this shadow box, and I was telling the story of Billy's adventure and and kind of our friendship, and why this was important to me as a friend of his. And the video, like, it just doesn't it didn't get many views. Like right now, if I were to go and look at that video right now, I would be able to tell you that it has YouTube Studio. There it is. Working content type, view all videos. $128 views from 2 years ago. The title of the video is "Can a Box Tell an Awesome Story?" And then colon client project. I try to label all of my client projects as client projects, right? But yeah, it's a 13-minute video on how I built a box for my buddy who did something amazing. He did something fantastic. He bettered himself. He put himself out there. He endured a lot of stuff to get finished with that gravel race, and the video got 128 views. But I can make a video that tells you how to build corner clamps, and it has 50,000 views on it. And then people will comment on that. You stole this from somebody. No, it's woodworking. You don't steal projects. This is just my take on how to build corner clamps. I didn't steal it from anybody. I just built some corner clamps. I never once said that this was, because people are weird. Yeah. I never once said that, oh, this is my idea. I came up with this brilliant idea. I said, hey, I need to make some corner clamps. Let's build some corner clamps, right? And 50,000 views later, here we are. But then I can make another video on, well, my table saw video series, right? So DIY table saw, the first one has 3,500 views. The second one has 1,000 views. And then the last one has 657 views on it, right? So like just no traction on anything. And it's mildly infuriating. But then I buy a dust cyclone. I buy a dust cyclone and I put out a video on me putting it together and talking about how I use it, and it's got 8,000 views on it. Yes. Yes. You made a ton of videos. You thought they were cool and creative, making every type of house in a medieval village, and got not much, but one called "What's a Spectral Rabbit" gets 100,000 views. Yeah, like what is the secret sauce? Is there a secret sauce? I'm convinced that there is not a secret sauce in YouTube. I'm convinced that there is not. People keep saying, "Oh, you got to do this, you got to do this," and the YouTube gurus are not helping matters any. They keep telling people, "Oh, you have to make videos like this. You have to make videos like this. You have to make videos like this." And you know what? That may be true, but you're telling them to sell their soul to do it. And there's no reward to it, right? And I keep thinking to myself, is it important? In the grand scheme of things, is it important that I have a successful YouTube channel? No. No, it's not. What's important to me is that I make it to the end of my 30-year railroad career so that I can retire comfortably with my wife and my kids. My obviously I want my kids around. But get to the end of my career, and I'm in the single digits on how far I have to go in my career now. I'm at 9.5 years officially to retire. At one point, you gave up that people didn't like you for being me, and you were fine with that. Yeah, like that's where I'm at too. I'm not gonna change who I am. I've found some people. I've found some people who like hanging out with me, and that's cool, right? Like you'll come around, you'll hang out with me during the live streams. If I put a video out, you'll watch them on the YouTube channel, and that's great, right? But the people that are only there because the people that don't want to be there because they don't like the sound of my voice or the way that I build things or whatever. Mogi, that means a lot. Some people just click, right? Every one of my followers that is here religiously. So you guys, Diamond Anvil, Istrissi, Deether, Zendian, um, Sonic, Darth E. Curb, you know, there's a handful of folks that I know are going to be here every single week, mostly, unless something in life gets in the way. I know that there are people who are going to be here all the time because we've made a connection, right? And that's fantastic. I don't know if I want to make a connection with 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people because that's hard to maintain, right? If you start connecting with that many people, are you really being you? Because we are all, and maybe this is flawed thinking, but we're all unique, right? None of us are the same. We all have a little something different about ourselves from others. And to expect a creator to vibe with you on every single thing is unrealistic. But I'll go in and I'll watch stream replays from folks on Hermitcraft, or I very rarely get into watching other people's live streams on Twitch. Every once in a while, something will come up, but I just like, maybe I'm overthinking it. I probably am. But like, what's the point? My YouTube channel's got 3,400 subscribers. My Twitch channel has got, 4.5 viewers over the average 4.5 viewers over the course of the year. 33 paid subscriptions over those months. Some of those were gifted. There have been a lot of gift subs that have been handed out, which is great, and those people don't come back, which is fine. The people that follow you, they don't stick around. The ones that mean something to you are the ones that keep coming back. So that's why from the deepest part of my beating black little rbPlays heart, I want to make sure that every single one of you that's here all the time knows how much that means to me. Nuggets, Mogi, Diamond, Darth, Istrissi, Deether, all y'all. I love you to pieces. I love that you are here all the time to keep me company, and we have a good time doing it. I'm trying to decide what I want to do next Saturday for our stream. I can't decide between more Minecraft, which I've been on a vanilla kick lately, and that's cool. But also there's Steam games. There's Steam games to play. We do need to go to Q School in EA Sports, Golf. What do you think about that deal, by the way? Private equity firm buying EA games for $55 billion. Whoa. 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 So there's a difference, Nuggets. And being a Southern person, I figured you should know this. I know you're not originally from the South. At least I don't think you are. But one of the first things that I learned when I moved to Georgia was the difference between y'all and all y'all. Y'all is if you say y'all, you could be talking to one person. How y'all doing this morning? You're talking to one person. If it's all y'all, then it's more than one person. It is two or more. I know that makes zero sense, but that's the rule. Y'all is one person. All y'all is more than one. It's the plural. It's the plural. There's three things that I learned when I moved to Georgia. The difference between y'all and all y'all. That when you order a Coke, you have to specify. When you order a Coke, you have to specify what kind. And that a Yankee, and I learned the difference between a Yankee and a damn Yankee. Here where I'm at in Georgia, a Yankee is anyone who lives farther north than you do. So I live south of Atlanta. So down here, if you're somebody that lives in Atlanta, you're probably a Yankee to them, to the people that live south of Atlanta. A damn Yankee is a northerner that has moved south and never left. I'm a damn Yankee. I think I got that clean. Yeah, that looks better. Yes, Nuggets. You damn Yankee. Now, does that mean that I will never move back? No. My wife and I have started having. Yes, you are absolutely a Yankee, Moog. You're absolutely a Yankee. My wife and I, Mrs. RB and I, have started having the conversations about what might retirement look like. Do we want to stay here? We're not convinced that staying here in Georgia after I retire is the plan. It's very hot down here. It's very, very, very hot down here. Sometimes. Most of the time. Winters are freaking glorious, right? Other than this past winter where we got snow and it stuck around for a week, most of our winters are moderate, right? It can get down into the teens or the 20s overnight, but generally speaking, during the day in the wintertime, the highs are going to be, upper 30s minimum, except for a few days. There'll be a cold snap that comes through and it'll get cold for a few days, but it's manageable. But in the wintertime, the temperatures can be upper 30s, low to mid 40s for highs, and that's manageable. That's good. But the fact that it's 100 degrees in the summertime all the time, like that's not great for us. So I probably don't. Summers there are 90 plus and 90 plus with humidity. Yeah. Here's the thing. We probably don't want to move back where we're from, but we wouldn't. Yeah, honestly, if the humidity wasn't as bad as it is, then that would make it better. So we're not sure we want to move back to where we're from, but also down here, we have friends. We have friends, but we only have a few friends. I've got a couple of people that I work with that I've gotten pretty close with. But they live an hour away. And I don't know if I want to move farther south. So these guys live an hour south of me. And I don't know if I want to move that far out just for a couple of friends, I got Jackal Crossing and his wife, and those are mutual friends for me and Mrs. RB. But that's about it, like close friends, But then back home, there's family, right? We have no family down here. We have no ties down here. It's just us and the kids. And so the thought process is there some place closer to home that we might like to end up? And we're trying to figure that out. Originally, we're from northern Indiana, but we're thinking, maybe Indianapolis. Indianapolis wouldn't be bad. It's still far enough away that you don't have to see people that might drive you crazy all the time, but close enough that, it's only 2 hours away to go and visit people, where compared to an entire day. Like if we wanted to go visit family, if we left now, we would get there at 10 o'clock tonight. Actually, it'd probably be closer to midnight because the way my family travels, we'd have to stop every 30 minutes. So yeah, we're in the process of talking about what retirement might look like for us. But that creates a whole nother thing. Like, yeah, we're paying on this house, and by the time I retire, we'll have a lot of equity in the house. So we should be able to take the money from this house and buy another house. So that's good. But I don't want to get saddled into another payment of some kind. About the only payment that I want to have after I retire would be like maybe a car payment or two. I don't want to have another house payment. Like I want this to be my last house payment because it's $1,700 a month for Casa de RB. And I just got my tax bill the other day. It's $4,300. RV can go anywhere you want. We thought about that. We actually have considered that. When we were younger, we were like, how bad would it be to have an RV, and just go wherever you want to go? The idea of being able to go wherever we want to go is amazing. The idea of maintaining an RV does not make RB happy. But yeah, you're not wrong. I had delusions of grandeur when I started getting better at golf, like actual golf. I was like, well, I wonder if I could compete in some tournaments, you know? I don't have that delusion anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. But yeah, travel around, see different things, have a physical address someplace, just, you know, just so you're not on the road all the time. It's a possibility. Tis a possibility. But yeah, so 9.5 years. RB's RV. Yeah, sure. I need a social media manager. I don't have this. I need a social media manager and a YouTube channel manager. If I could get those, I like creating content. I like to, and honestly, if I didn't have a full-time job, I would want to create more content. It's the full-time job that drives me crazy. Like I got to be careful how I talk about this because I never know who's watching. I don't want to go to work every day. I don't want to go to work every day. I want to do what I want to do every day. You say that, Mogi. Yeah, the kids would be free labor, but they're also not in, like, they're good with modern technology. They're fantastic with modern technology, but yeah, it's yeah. Like they're not good social media managers. Not at all. Uh, I don't know that I would trust. I don't know that I would trust my YouTube channel to my offspring. Let's get some water in us. Water would be good. Now that's some high quality H2O. It just changed the filter in the refrigerator. Oh, chef's kiss. Oh. Oh. I need a social media manager, YouTube channel manager, whatever, but I can't afford to pay him, so it would have to be free labor. And two of my kids have tried their hand at content creation as well and can't get a successful channel off the ground. Like, I feel like I know what it takes to have a successful channel. Compelling content, right? Like that should be what people want, is compelling content. But then you gotta drive traffic to that compelling content, and you gotta get people to share it. You gotta get people to like it. You've got to appease the almighty algorithm, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Let's see. I had all kinds of things I wanted. It's spooky month. You hate the editing. See, I don't mind the editing. Back when Robin was still creating content, I actually did editing for him for one of his YouTube series from Simpletons. I did some editing for him. I actually don't mind editing, but I'm very methodical about most of the things that I do, and so I can't turn something out quick. you know? Like I cannot turn something out quick. I'm going to take my time with it. And sometimes that's not conducive. Exactly. Nuggets, that is 100% accurate. You got all of these hours and hours and hours of footage, and then you have to sort it out, cut it up, piece it together. And after you've worked a full day, plus you still have home stuff that you have to take care of. Like I'm the cook in the house, so I work a roughly 9-hour day every day. I'm salaried, so I go in at 6 and I try to get out by 3 o'clock. Sometimes I'm there until 4. So I put in a full day, and then a few times a week I have to swing by the grocery store because we have one car. We have one car. I have to have it to go to work. So Mrs. RB doesn't like to get out of the house unless we're together. So she doesn't do the grocery shopping or anything. So a few times a week I'll stop by the grocery store and pick things up, and then I make dinner. And by the time I'm done doing all of that, it gets to be 5, 6 o'clock at night, and I've been up all day, and I just feel like vegetating. you know, I just feel like vegetating. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. I enjoy this time because this is low effort. I come down here to the studio. I come down here to the studio. I push go live, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Exactly, Mogi. Lots of YouTubers that you've been followed started doing more and more stream only videos, no real editing over the past few years because real life jobs. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. It's it's tiring. It's exhausting. And like I was talking with my class, the class that I've got or that I had this week. Um, I was talking with my class yesterday. Stupid real life is just beating the crap out of everyone except Canadians. Yeah. I was talking with my class. I was talking with my class yesterday. This was a group of management trainees that we had just hired, and we got talking about um, crap. I think I lost my train of thought here. I did. I lost my train of thought. It was there and then it was gone. Mm, it'll come back. Maybe. Maybe. Or maybe not. Yes, the train has definitely left the station. For sure. Yeah, 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 yeah. Relatable. Relatable. Oh, that felt good. What are you guys watching on TV? What's good? Like I said last night, I watched uh 2 Star Trek movies because I've been on a Star Trek kick lately. Um, but Mrs. RB and I think I mentioned this last week on stream. Mrs. RB and I just excited to type with two hands again. Yeah, I mean, that's got to be a great feeling. You don't watch TV, you just stare at a blank screen until my streams come on. That's sweet, Okie. That's sweet. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mentioned last week, Mrs. RB and I have been watching a show. It was an AMC, show. And it aired from 2014 or 15 to 2018 or 19. It was called Orphan Black, and it's on Netflix right now. Netflix here in the States for sure. I'm not sure about overseas. But Orphan Black, so good. It's really good. So if you like controversial topics like human cloning, controversial topics like human cloning, plot twists, maybe a wee bit of espionage, biotechnology. If you're into stuff like that, if you're into shows about stuff like that, I think you would enjoy Orphan Black. It's really good. We're in season 3 right now. Nope. Having two keyboards, one for my streaming PC and one for my laptop, gets confusing sometimes. So it started in 2013 and there are 5 seasons. So we're halfway through. We're in season 3 right now. It stars a gal by the name of Tatiana Maslany. She's the main character, and she plays a lot of characters because her character may or may not be cloned. Maybe. Super good. If you get a chance, check it out. Orphan Black. Oh, wait, what's this? Orphan Black Echoes. Oh, apparently that's on AMC now. Orphan Black Echoes. Orphan Black. Orphan Black Echoes. Oh, they're saying it's no good. Some people are saying it's no good. Okay, anyway. Somewhere here, there is a hair. So 3 out of the 5 people that live in this house have really long hair, and it's everywhere. Like, I can't keep up with it. We vacuum the floor. Can't keep up with it. It's everywhere. It's in my clothes. Drives me crazy. Anyway, yeah, Orphan Black. Watch it. Watch it if you dare. What else am I watching? Jay Bates, woodworker, just put out a new video yesterday on how woodworking is changing. And I think he's talking specifically about his woodworking, but yeah, woodworking is changing. So I was watching that a little bit this morning. Oh, there's my reminder for my dentist appointment this week. I'll have to acknowledge that. What other content is that? What other content's out there that's good? Checking my feed. Minute Physics. Minute Physics has been doing some good stuff lately. He put out a video yesterday about common moon mistakes, like artistic renditions of the moon and why they're wrong. Like, that was pretty good. Hermitcraft World download is available. Zuma Void put out a video on that yesterday. So if you're interested in the Hermitcraft World, there it is. Oops. Sam Green has put out a video, woodworking video over on YouTube, which is awesome because I love his content too. What else? That's it. Burnstock Woodworking. Woodworkers, stop struggling to find clients. Might watch that. Concrete tabletops. No desire to make any of those. Ooh, Topper Machine Shop. They're putting a roof on their sawmill shed. That's cool. I need to get with my neighbor. It's been a couple of weeks since we started cutting lumber over there. I need to get with my neighbor and find out when he wants to cut some more. Now that it's starting to cool off a little bit, it might work out. Might work out good. Did I tell you guys? I think I told you guys we finally got all the logs out of our backyard from the trees that we cut down, and they're in the neighbor's backyard now, getting ready to be cut up into lumber. We're going to cut it into 4/4 boards. Actually, I might have him cut a couple of them into 8/4 boards. That way I got some thick stuff. Be good times. Good times. Good times, yeah. See, good times. Well, I don't know what else. I don't know what else to talk about, you guys. I feel like I've covered everything. I didn't cover this. Didn't cover this. Let's see here. Open in a new window. YouTube Studio. Yep. Hadn't talked about, so we talked about the Twitch channel, but we hadn't talked about the YouTube channel. So let's take a look at that real quick. So the last video that we had was rbPlays Minecraft episode 143. That was the Nether Wart farm that we worked on last Saturday during the stream. Three views. So yay, 3 views. I don't know now. I don't know if that is, so I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Did it have 3 views? Did it have 3 views including people that may have watched the stream? Because I don't remember anybody watching the stream. Or is that 3 views after I posted it as a VOD? If you know the answer to that, I would be curious. It says we've lost 6 subscribers in the last 28 days. I'm not surprised. Go to the analytics. So far in the last 28 days, we have 1,100 views, give or take. 35 hours of watch time. We've lost 6 subscribers, and we've earned $5.86 in the last 28 days. If we go this year, like we did on Twitch, 69,500 views. 69,500? Yeah, 69,529 views so far this year. 965 hours of watch time. We've lost 37 subscribers over the course of the year. I don't know if that's people that have actually just left or if it's a YouTube purge. Sometimes there's YouTube purges as well that figure into that. And we've made a whole $32 in 2025 on the YouTube channel. Could we make more? Probably. Does it matter? Eh. I think I can show. I think I can do this. This is the woodworking channel. YouTube Studio. 1,208 subscribers. We've actually gained 4 subscribers on the woodworking channel, so that's good. The last short that I put out was actually cutting lumber on the neighbor's sawmill. That's gotten 2,100 views. That's good. Go to the analytics. Of course, we don't make any money on this channel because it's not monetized. But 3,100 views, almost. 51 hours of watch time. 4 new subscribers in the last 28 days. If we go to life, if we go 2025, I've released 3 full-length videos. So this one here is the one-day build. That's a playing card holder. This one here is the Father's Day video that I made for a client build for making a smartphone gramophone amplifier thing, and then outfeed table storage cabinet, and then I released a short which was the lumber. So I've released 4 videos. I've only released 4 videos in 2025. Wow. Could have swore I had released more than that. Maybe, just maybe, we need to release more videos on the woodworking channel. What do you think? 617 hours of watch time. Not going to get us to 4,000 hours of watch time. Not at all. But we've also gained 88 subscribers this year, which is, I mean, I ain't mad about that. This is what we still need to get to monetization. In order to get to full monetization, you got to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. We have 807 public watch hours in the last 365 days. So nowhere near the watch time that we need for monetization. Nowhere near what we need to get to just be able to get shopping and super chats. And honestly, I don't understand. Oh, is anybody else confused by the monetization levels and how things work for YouTube? Like the channel memberships, the join button. The join button, right? If you go to my YouTube channel, let's go there. Let's change this back to rbPlays. And then let's go to my actual rbPlays channel. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Switch account. Richard Brooks Woodworking. Yeah. Has any of you tried to click on this join button on my channel? I don't know if this works or not. I feel like I should know if it works, but I don't know if this even works. Like if anybody does this, like does it work for them? I'm not expecting anybody to click join and then put up whatever it is, $5 a month or whatever. Yeah, $5 a month for Salt of the Earth. That's the entry level membership join thing, right? But I don't know if it. I don't know, and I don't want to ask somebody, "Hey, join my YouTube channel to see if it works for me." So I don't know if it. I don't know if it actually works or not. Whatever. I feel like YouTube is confusing in a lot of ways. That's how I feel. That's how I feel, yo. How do you feel? Anyway, I think that's everything for this month. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about this month. We're having burgers for dinner tonight. This excites me. Can you see the excitement in my face? This excites me. Mm-hmm. 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 Probably having burgers also? Nice. Nice. I just get pre-made patties. Going to a barbecue at your girlfriend's boss's today. Fantastic. I haven't been to a good cookout barbecue whatever in a while. And the last one that I went to was probably last summer. Like last year, 2024. The director for my team did a cookout for us all last year, and last year his team was big. Last year they've actually done some reorgs, so his team is a little smaller this year. But there was probably 30 of us there. Probably there's probably 30 of us there. It was a good time. I need to get I'm torn. I need to get my grill fixed. It's got a bad burner in it. It's a propane grill. But I don't know if I want to fix it. I don't know if I want to fix it or if I just want to get something different. You know? Having a big work barbecue next month for probably going to have 70 people coming. Yeah. Yeah, there was probably between coworkers and their spouses, there was probably 30 plus people there when we went last year. But yeah, I've got a propane grill that's got 3 burners in it. 3 burners? Yeah, 3 burners in it. Three sections, right? And then it's got a separate side burner for like a pot. But I left it uncovered and some of the stuff rusted. And so I either need to fix it or get rid of it and get something different. Honestly, I'm contemplating just getting a charcoal grill. But I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I hate taking care of grills. I hate taking care of stuff. Like, I love to use stuff, but I hate to take care of stuff. You know, maybe that sounds dumb. Maybe that sounds dumb. I don't know. I'd like to have people over to my place and do some entertaining, but I don't have any good place for people to sit. Maybe I need to build a table. My youngest son needs me to build him a desk, so I've been working on plans for that. As a matter of fact, where is SketchUp? There is SketchUp. Open the SketchUp, please. Open the SketchUp, please. Where did the SketchUp go? There's the SketchUp. I've been trying to work on a couple of different ideas for a desk for him. He's kind of a simple kid, and he'll probably go for something like this. But also, I wanted to see if there was any, like other things that I could do with the legs. Maybe also incorporate drawers. But I don't know. Like, I haven't had a chance to. And then this was going to be the next one that I was going to work on. I was going to see if I could maybe come up with a more interesting leg setup. Or do I just want to buy legs? I could buy legs for $60, $70. Just buy legs and bolt them on. I'd like to get into more furniture building. I love building cutting boards. They're super easy, right? They can be a moneymaker. But I want to get into furniture. I want to build furniture. Yep. Yep. Need to build some furniture. I think I'm going to mount this. I think as soon as we're done with the stream today, I think I'm going to mount this and get the stream deck off of my desk. Yep. I'm going to get the stream deck off of my desk as soon as we're done here. I also have this on my desk. I have the linear rails. Some of the parts of the linear rails for the CNC router that I want to make. but I bought some electronics for it, and the electronics that I bought are not going to be powerful enough. And I've had them for so long that I can't send them back. And that's frustrating. Because it takes me so long to get to stuff. I shouldn't have bought that stuff when I bought it. But anyway. Honestly, this table right here, this desk right here, super simple. I kind of like it. Kind of like it. Put another stretcher across the front, put a drawer in it, maybe a couple of drawers in it. I don't know. I think that's going to do it, everybody. I think we've reached the end of our road. So, that being said, thank you all very, very much. Thank you all very, very much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it very, very much. More than you will ever know. More than you will ever know. If you like the stream, you know what to do. Hit the follow button, get notified every time we go live, which is every Saturday. You're going to be streaming a little bit tomorrow? Cool. If I get bored, I'll swing by. Absolutely. I'm probably going to be working all day. Probably. But I'll keep an eye out for it. If you like the stream, you know what to do. Hit the follow button, get notified every time we go live, which is every Saturday right here on this channel at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure that you hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe over there. Turn your notification bells on so that you don't miss any of our future content. And then those of you watching over here on Twitch, make sure that you're following. And again, turn your notifications on so that you don't miss the streams. I love you all to pieces. It's been a great day. Had a good time. Talked about a lot of cool stuff. Hope you enjoyed. We'll come back. We'll do it again next Saturday. And next Saturday, we'll be back into some kind of gaming content. You are all invited, but until then, get off my lawn. Bye, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you.